It's all about coming right back to you and who you are, and implementing everything that you've been learning about yourself, what it is that you'll stand for, what it is that you won't, what it is that you desire, what it is that you don't like, everything. It's all about you. And now taking steps to actually align yourself with this energy. Okay. This is what it is all about with this eclipse, the start of this eclipse season anyway. Okay. Hi everyone, welcome back to Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alishia. Thank you so very much for being here with me. We're going to be speaking about the full moon eclipse happening in the sign of Taurus. Now, it's happening on November 19th, well, the wee hours of November 19th for us here in North America, but it depends on where you are in the world and your time zone. So look it up if you want to see it. It will be visible to North America, Eastern, Asia, anywhere around the Pacific, Australia, okay, maybe Northern Europe as well. Okay, anyways, if you want to check it out, it's a partial eclipse. But anyway, it is happening and we're going to get an energy reading on it. So stay tuned. I'm not an astrologer, but I'll just give you a little bit of a rundown from what I have learned. And this energy is calling us, well, you'll always see something kind of fall out of your life around the time of an eclipse, okay? It gets eclipsed out of your life. And there has been an ongoing theme here of letting things go and growing and evolving and stepping into our truth and into our power. And that's exactly what this eclipse is basically coming in to solidify. What's true for you? What is, connecting with your own heart's desires, your dreams, your authenticity, using your voice, speaking your truth, applying the lessons that we've learned over the last couple of years while the North Node has been in Gemini, applying those lessons. Have you truly learned? What have you learned in the last couple of years about the self? Not so much about other people, but what you value, what's important to you, right? So it's all about the self. Now, before we get started into an energy reading, okay, I'm not an astrologer, just giving you a lowdown about what the general energy is around. So we'll see what comes up in a reading. But I pulled out the Moonology card that corresponds with the full moon in Taurus. And full moons are usually when we start to see some seeds that we've previously planted throughout new moon cycles and things like this come into fruition. We start seeing some manifestations of some of these goals or intentions that we've put out previously. We start seeing some kind of effect. Now, this one says the full moon in Taurus energy is your dreams need a practical plan. So this is basically what is going on. I feel like we've been doing work connecting with what feels right for us, knowing what needs to be let go of, and of course, trying not to hang on to that thing that wants to naturally eclipse from our lives, right? Letting go, letting flow, and aligning with what it is that feels right and true for us, okay? So your dreams need a practical plan, meaning no longer settling for things that don't feel good for you, that aren't in alignment with what it is that you feel called to do or want to do. It's your heart's desire, right? So, you're no longer settling basically for anything that doesn't feel like it's right and true for you. And I feel like that's amazing. And now is a time to perhaps put some plans in place to actually shift your life so that it aligns with what it is that is true for you, authentic self, your authentic self, and really stepping into that and no longer perhaps pushing away your own desires to meet the needs of others or others' expectations in your life. Now, with all that long-winded intro, we're going to bring the bowl and call in spirit and then see what the energy is using the tarot. Okay, here we go. I'm calling on spirit with so much love and so much gratitude. I ask for divine guidance as I interpret these messages. May they help us all on our journey towards our highest and greatest good. I'm asking for love, joy, peace, abundance, and protection for myself, for you, and for all beings on the planet at this time. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay, Spirit, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? What does our tribe need to know? What is the incoming energy as we prepare for the full moon eclipse in Taurus? What is the incoming energy for our tribe? We have the Ten of Pentacles. Nice. Okay, so keeping a goal in mind. Some of us are extremely focused on perhaps making that money, but really it is all about building your abundance, building up for your future, preparing for a future. Sometimes I refer to the Ten of Pentacles as the happy retirement card, because the Ten of Pentacles is like the maximum abundance, is that end game energy, what you've been working towards coming in. So I feel like we are aligning with that, what it is that we truly desire, where we want to see ourselves in our personal end game, you know, like where do you want to end up? And I feel like this abundant energy, a lot of folks here in our tribe are tapping into this vibe, tapping into this vibration, trying to align with what it is that truly makes us happy, so that we can build some generational wealth, you know, have long-term health and stability as well, with the Ten of Pentacles. So it's a focus, okay? And knowing that, you know, you have the potential to reach this maximum abundance in your life by, you know, implementing something that feels right for you. So one of your own dreams, right? So this is what you've been kind of focusing on. How do I get there? How do I get there? Do I have the potential to create this abundant energy with what it is that I feel called to do, what I feel like I should be doing, or this new idea? You know, Spirit saying that yes, continue on this path. You do have the potential is here to grow whatever idea or whatever it is that you are working on, okay, or thinking about or dreaming about. Just remember that your dream needs a practical plan at this point in time, okay? The potential is there for you, okay? So you need to know that. All right, what is the overall vibe of this full moon in Taurus, this lunar eclipse, please? The overall vibe is Nine of Pentacles. Knowing that you can do this, okay? It's very much encouraging energy coming in. And it is all about you with the Nine of Pentacles, doing things on your own, having the wherewithal, having all the tools you need, doing like working for yourself, like really building things up for yourself. Now, Nine of Pentacles also focuses on taking care of the self, right? Not necessarily listening to what others have planned for you or what others feel like you should be doing. This is all about you, self-made energy here. And it's like the potential, it's like you're so close, okay? You're so close to living this. It's almost like living the dream, honestly. This is the kind of feeling that I'm getting. So these dreams needing a practical plan, with this pentacle energy coming out, I can see that you are already focused on it. Continue to focus on the practical side of building this dream for yourself, okay? And just there's encouragement coming in from the universe, from Spirit, telling you that you absolutely are capable of creating this on your own, that you don't need anybody else for this. Of course, community is always important. I'm not encouraging people to just put up walls and isolate. Yes, community is important, but you have the ability to stand on your own 2 feet and get the job done, okay? Doing whatever is necessary for you to reach this goal, to achieve this dream, to truly go and stay in alignment to what it is that feels right and true for you on your path. So I'm leaving it very general, very open, because, you know, everybody's going to be in a different spot, right? Everybody wants different things. So whatever that means for you, okay, you are being encouraged, and just generally, the universe is here to support you in doing this, and the energy is here supporting you in honoring what feels right. So stepping into your truth, right? Stepping into that authentic self at this point in time, and letting go of the things that are naturally falling out of your life, because you truly don't need them, okay? You truly don't need them. So, you know, that's what happens with eclipses, relationships, people, situations, whatever the case, careers, jobs, whatever is falling off naturally. Please do yourself a favor, you know, just friend to friend here, do yourself a favor and allow it to fall out, allow it to let go. Don't try to, you know, we always get into a little bit of trouble when we fight against spirit, or fight against the grain or the flow of the universe, maybe is better to say it. When we go with the flow, things seem to fall into place. And when we try to use our own will to you know, no, I don't want that thing to leave my life, and you try to hang on to it, it's just going to get more resistance, right? More resistance, and it won't, it will distract you from what it is that you are trying to achieve. Okay. Just a little bit of a nugget there. Okay. From personal experience. Okay. What is the challenge going to be? I only say that to, if I can help anyone avoid some unnecessary, hiccups on their path, I will try to do my best and get that message out. Okay, we have the Six of Wands. Why would the Six of Wands come up as a challenge? The Six of Wands is a very successful energy. It's an energy of receiving praise and recognition for your hard work, your effort, the time, what you're doing, right? But coming up as a challenge. Maybe some of you are feeling a little bit uncomfortable receiving that spotlight type of energy. And sometimes, I guess folks can straight up be very much fearful of being in the spotlight, okay? Maybe not used to it, but this is coming up as a challenge. I want to know why, so I'm going to clarify here. Say, why is the Six of Wands coming up as a challenge, okay? Again, it just intuitively, some of you may feel uncomfortable being in the spotlight, okay? So that's just coming up. Spirit said, get used to it. That just came through. Get used to it. King of Cups. King of Cups. King of Cups. I see what this is. Some of you, I feel like it's kind of natural. I can relate to this energy. Hold on. Let me just get one more before I go for it. Yeah, the Hermit. A lot of you here are, and Death. Wow, that's beautiful for Death. I haven't seen this one before. I'll show you the image. It's like the angel's wings are on fire. Very transformative. Okay. Scorpio energy and the Hermit. Okay. So as the challenge, and I do see this, because you are standing on your own 2 feet, you are perhaps aligning with a completely different direction in your life. Again, stepping into your truth, your authenticity, what feels right for you, perhaps what you've been holding back from others in your life, or not sharing what it is that your true desires are, your passions. What are they, right? You've been getting in touch with that quietly behind the scenes, perhaps with the Hermit. You've been connecting with Spirit, getting these, incredible downloads coming in, learning about yourself, and it's been like a solo journey. And bringing that out into the spotlight can feel a little bit uncomfortable, right? It can, especially if you're like, okay, I've had this idea, I've been working on it, it's now time to bring it to life, or whatever the case, right? It's a huge transformation, and I just feel like it's there's an energy just not letting fear holding us back here. There is a reassuring energy coming up as well with this challenge, that you will see this recognition. You will be praised by your peers or your coworkers, or whatever the case, people in your environment. They will see you and be like, wow, where did this come from? And you will gain like some attention for what it is you're doing. But it looks to me like it's positive attention. There's just a little bit of anxiety around being put in the spotlight, or coming out with it, doing something different. Again, coming back to, it's not a time for us to be focusing on what others have to say about what it is that feels right for us, but to boldly go after that dream and our authenticity and speaking our truth. So it can feel uncomfortable when you start doing things like this. But the more you do it, the easier it gets, just like with anything, right? Personally, I use lapis, okay, and I use this crystal. I wear it all the time, and that helps you align with and speak your truth. And and even personally, just give you an example, when I started doing readings on YouTube, and I wanted to be authentic, I wanted to deliver the message as it was without sugarcoating and stuff like that. It was very difficult for me to deliver a somewhat like a perceived negative type of a message, right? Or something that I know people didn't want to hear, a hard truth. But sometimes we need to hear those hard truths. So I started wearing lapis to make it easier for me to just get out with it, okay? And I still struggle, and it it takes practice. Okay, so I'm just giving you that as an example. You got to push through the fear, and being in the spotlight isn't so bad. You just continue to be yourself and know that, people, you will find your people, you will align with your people. Okay, you'll always have somebody saying something, but tune out those little birds. They don't mean anything really to you. The people who are worth keeping in your life are the ones who are there to support you. You will gain new connections. Once you're shifting your vibration, so things, people, places, things will fall off naturally, and you will bring in new energies, attract new energies, like-minded people, I want to say like-minded people, but also situations that are vibing a little bit higher. Okay, so this is a very transformative time, and Spirit is giving this message, like, it's okay to come out with it. It's like coming out, it's like this grand reveal. Okay, and it'll feel good, because even though there is this little bit of challenge, right? This is just a challenge, of course you can overcome this, but it's like, yeah, Spirit wants you to come out with it anyway. It's what you're meant to be doing. It is something that is, it's you. It's all about you and what feels good for you. So you are now, it's like you're making yourself the center of your own world, and rather than making other people the center of your world. Okay, so it's a huge shift, a huge transformation, and it will feel really good to be able to actually stand and walk in your authentic truth. Okay, that's that. Wow. Okay. I feel like let's keep going. Let's keep going. We have, how are you going to feel? How are you going to feel about this? Because that's where the message is heading. Let's just get an indicator here. Okay, this came out. What do we have? 9 of Wands. Okay. Okay, that's okay. 9 of Wands. We're not going to freak out. 9 of Wands is just like, you've been through so much, right? The 9 of Wands is somebody it's the wounded warrior. Okay, it's somebody who's waged many battles, won some, lost some, but at the end, still standing. Okay, still standing, but just kind of barely. So it feels like you're tired, you're drained, waiting for the struggle to be over. And with the 9 energy, it's a completion energy. So the struggle is a little over. Okay, there's one last push, and the advice that comes with the 9 of Wands, because that energy is a little bit like self-doubt. Like, can I do this? Am I strong enough? Do I have it in me to, it just feels a little bit overwhelming to actually go through with this, especially if there is a fear around what other people are going to think or say about what it is that is your truth, right? You can do it. There is advice. Okay, there is advice here with the 9 of Wands, and that is, it's almost over. You can do it. This is the final push. And what do we get when we get the 9, we get the 10. We're able to drop it all, drop the stress, drop the burden, drop the fear. And then we start again with the Ace of Wands, which is like that passionate new beginning that we're all fired up, we're all refreshed, we're ready to go. So it's this, a little bit of fear and doubt is natural, especially when you're perhaps used to doing what other people want you to do. And then you come out with, you know what, I'm actually doing what I want to do. Some people are gonna be like, what? It can feel stressful. It can feel stressful. But Spirit wants you to know that it'll all be worth it in the end if you are actually aligning with your truth, because then you won't have to feel like, you'll just feel like yourself, right? You're going to come back to you. This is all about coming right back to you and who you are, and implementing everything that you've been learning about yourself, what it is that you'll stand for, what it is that you won't, what it is that you desire, what it is that you don't like, everything. It's all about you. And now taking steps to actually align yourself with this energy. Okay, this is what it is all about with this eclipse, the start of this eclipse season anyway. Okay, all right, so what can be done? What can be done? Okay, the Hangman in reverse. Now I like the Hangman in reverse. Actually, I don't mind the Hangman at all, because some people look at it like, oh gosh, blockages, but blockages happen for a reason. The Hangman is usually in the upright, a time and space when the universe or spirit says, slow down. You need to see things differently. You're moving too fast. You need to take a break. We need to change our perspective. We need to regroup. There's something here that's being rearranged behind the scenes that you don't know about. Things aren't necessarily quite ready yet for you to continue. With the Hangman in reverse, it's saying, you know what, you're coming out of this blockage energy. You're coming out of this time where Spirit's saying, okay, it's almost like go time, right? You have learned what you needed to learn. You have changed the way that you are seeing things, seeing your world, seeing your path, seeing your journey, seeing, how important it is that our own happiness, like that, it plays a huge role in our lives and on our journey and aligning with what it is that makes us happy, right? Regardless of, a lot of us can become, especially if you're an empath, you can easily fall into the trap of being a people pleaser, right? So if that's you, let me know in the comments. I understand what that is. Empaths are like that. It's like we feel other people's energy. And we want other people to be happy. So sometimes, to our detriment, especially if you have Cancer placements, we can put others' needs and emotions and feelings ahead of our own, right? And it's just these big old hearts, especially empaths, right? But learning boundaries, again, going back to a lot of these lessons that have been learned over the past year, 2 years, right? 2.5 years in this cycle. It's like implementing those. And now it's like, you know what? Well, I matter, right? So this is kind of like this period of time where you're coming out with this. And it's like, I'm not responsible for your emotions. I'm not responsible for how you feel. I'm responsible for how I feel. And that's the only thing I have control over. So I'm going to make sure that I'm happy by stepping into my authentic truth, by living my authentic truth, by speaking my authentic truth, regardless of how it is that you feel about what's true for me. Okay. So that's a huge theme around this full moon eclipse in Taurus. Okay. So what is the outcome energy? So what can be done? So going back to that, sorry, I kind of skipped and went on a whatever. The Hangman in reverse, what can be done? Well, things are lifting. Things are lifting. The blockages, not just things. The blockages are lifting. You are seeing things differently. Okay, so I want a little bit more on what can be done here. Queen of Swords. Yeah, okay. I love the Queen of Swords for this energy. One more wants to come out. 9 of Cups. Yeah. Creating a boundary. So moving in a way where it's not that you're being cold, you're not being harsh. I mean, the Queen of Swords can put off that energy sometimes, but it's an energy of protection, protecting what's right and true for you, protecting your own heart, protecting your own truth, and aligning with what it is that is your wish, your dream come true. The 10 of Cups. What is your emotional fulfillment? And not allowing anyone or anything to come in and cross that line. Nobody's crossing your shit line. You are focused on making yourself happy, and that is it. So focusing on that, only making moves, like checking in with the self is really important. Okay, especially if you're like, well, what move should I make? Or I have an option. I could go this way or I could go that way. Checking in with the heart space, checking in with you and not with others, saying, okay, what it is that I truly desire, what is it that makes me feel the happiest. Okay. That being said, I will be putting out a crossroads reading soon, so stay tuned for that. And it'll be about exploring option 1, option 2. Okay. So having, which way should I go? Somebody who's at a crossroads, because I feel like the energy is shifting and the blockages are lifting at this point. And some of you may have more than one option to explore. So we'll be diving into that shortly, either today or tomorrow. We'll see. Anyways, so if you haven't subscribed yet, jump on our team here. We got a great tribe of amazing humans, and that will be coming out. Okay, so outcome energy. I love this. 8 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. It's opposing energy. It's so funny. Okay. So this is basically, it says, hurry up and take your time. Hurry up and take your time. Okay. So it's funny, the outcome. It's like things are going to appear like they're happening fast, or maybe you're wanting them to happen a lot faster than they actually are. I feel like this is about knowing when to make moves and knowing when to do the planning, okay? Because this is a practical, this is it. It's like your dreams need a practical plan, and this is kind of what the energy around this full moon is anyways. It's like knowing when to rush forward, because it's like you're stepping into this time of like, oh my gosh, you're really excited, okay? You want to get the ball rolling, you want to rush, you want to make moves, you know? And there is this energy to support it. So there's going to be like a back and forth, like checks and balances, a balancing act. Okay. This is, it's like sometimes it's going to feel like things are going to move really quickly. And then there's going to be a time that it's like, okay, we need to slow down. We need to make plan for the next stage. Okay. At the end of the day, the Knight of Pentacles lets me know that you will get to this goal, this dream, this 10 of Pentacles. That's where we started, right? This is the incoming energy, you having this idea of what it is that you need to do to get here. So you will make it there. And I like the Knight of Pentacles here because you're going to do it right. The Knight of Pentacles, honestly, my favorite knight in tarot, because even though they're slow as a snail and it takes them forever, you know that they've done it right. This is somebody who's coming correct, who's doing the right thing, right? Taking their time, putting in plans, you know, dotting all the I's, crossing the T's and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes can overanalyze a little bit too much, but this person knows what they're doing, okay? This person knows what they're doing. So again, there will be this like back and forth of, you know, rushing towards and being very excited and then having to pull back and actually do some practical planning here. Wow, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. This is honestly bringing in and ushering in a totally new era in your life. I'm not applying this to love. This is just a new beginning of happiness, emotional fulfillment. It's not always just being in love, but it is in a way, because you're going to be in love with this new life, in love with the self, in love. It's like starting to feel happy because you are honoring yourself, your soul, your higher self, what it is that, you know, feels right and true for you in your heart, and living a more authentic life. And this is the energy here that is available to all of us. So I just want to say thank you for tuning in. I'm going to get a few oracles here. And yeah, let's see. I'm going to start with Goddess Guidance. Actually, no. Spirit's like, use the life purpose, because this is about your purpose. So there's the life purpose oracle deck here. We'll take a few and then we'll go Goddess Guidance. And we'll end on the self-love messages, okay? Because this is all part of this journey, right? We've all been on a journey of getting back to ourselves, our authentic selves, okay? So we have Speaker. Your life purpose involves skills of oration. So some of you are being called to speak, even just speak your truth, okay? You can apply it like that. You're on the right path. So keep doing what you're doing because it's working, okay? But I feel like we already have confirmed that. You're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing. And career change. This has been coming up quite a bit. Okay, so you're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance you deserve and desire. Wow, I love when it all just meshes so nicely together, the messages. And then we have Justice at the bottom of the deck. Your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. Okay. And then let's get some Goddess Guidance. Mother Earth, you are being called upon to help with environmentalism. So some, you know, when I get this energy, honestly, I feel like, you know, starseed, light worker, chosen one, divine feminine, divine masculine, whatever you label you want to place, okay, upon yourself, you are chosen. You know, you're called upon to help, to be here at this point in time on the planet to help raise the vibration of humanity. And that can be through works of environmentalism, okay, activism for humans, for animals, for the earth itself. You know, there's so many different ways in which you could be called to help others. And I feel like there is this underlying vibe with this career change or justice, you know, coming in. What you're doing is going to be sending out a ripple effect that will help heal the planet in some shape or form, the people, the planet, whatever, at this point in time. So it's very important. Okay, your soul longs to be doing whatever it is that you are aligning with. Okay, and it is here. You're doing this to help. It's part of what feels good for you, what feels right for you, and it will help humanity. Okay. Pretty deep stuff. You are special. You're here for a reason. We have infinite supply. So this is very important to remember, especially when we're going through some of these fears. If you are changing a career, or doing something different, or stepping out on your own, independent energy coming through a lot here, right? Starting your own business or going your own way. You know, infinite supply. This is really awesome. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. And just knowing that there is literally enough for everyone. Okay, there is enough for everyone. And even changing that belief, if you've always been told, like, if you grew up believing there's not enough for everyone, and life is a struggle and you got to work really hard to get a little bit, we got to scrap, let go. That could be a belief that you're being called to let go of during this eclipse season, because there is truly enough for everybody. Okay, there really is. Infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. We all are. We just have to change our belief. Okay, it's a core belief that needs to go. Okay, and the words that we speak have power behind them. Okay, so they become self-fulfilling in that way. And that's another subject altogether, but I feel like hopefully y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. Okay, let's get some self-love energy and then we'll close out this reading. Thank you for being here again. If you liked it, if it was helpful for you, give your girl a thumbs up. Get this message out to others who may need it. Okay, it really helps with the algorithm. All right, what do we need to know? Self-love. Stop and breathe. Okay. So I feel like this kind of goes back to the outcome energy of, like, you're going to get there and you're going to want to go fast, but you're also being called to, stop and breathe. Okay. Reality is shaped by what we believe. Oh my gosh, this is exactly what we were just talking about. Take a deep breath, reassess, and realign. Let go of what doesn't help the situation. I'm going to read that again. Stop and breathe, okay? Reality is shaped by what we believe. Take a deep breath, reassess, and realign. Let go of what doesn't help the situation. Nice. Good one. Okay, one more. Okay. Divine timing is always spot on. Surrender control and take a break. This isn't rest. It's about taking a break and resting. Again, I feel like a lot of you are fired up, wanting to get there, wanting to get to the end game. It's good to have the goal. It's good to have that in the forefront of your mind, but slowing down and keeping a healthy balance in your life is also a good idea. Okay. We have at the bottom of the deck, conquer fear. Okay. Most fear is based on illusions, on truths we deny to avoid change. Release your need for control and perfection. Doing your best is plenty. Doing your best is plenty. Some of you needed to hear that. Thank you so very much for joining me once again, and I will be back with another reading. If it's not the next one, I am totally doing a reading that we're going to explore 2 different options, okay? Take care, and I'll speak to you again. Bye.